You can be in the video or not, but your tail, just your tail. All right. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, myself and Nicholas Tail are filming an Empties video. I finally have my lighting set up, so I'm actually filming in my bedroom right now, which is the opposite end of my house from where I usually film, meaning that, fingers crossed, we shouldn't hear any tram noises. So I have quite a few things to talk about in this video. I've been saving up Empties for a while, and I've included a couple of things that are like this close to empty. Maybe I have like 1 or 2 uses left, but just because I wanted to talk about them, and it would be like a long time until I had another Empties video. So without further ado, we're gonna go through this little bag right here. So I guess it could just hang out next to me and we'll go in absolutely no particular order. So the first thing in here is the Bioderma micellar water. This is the 500 milliliter bottle. I think they do have a larger one, and they certainly have smaller ones like travel size bottles, but this has been a favorite of mine for a long time. This is not the first bottle I've gone through, it's just the first one I've saved. This is probably like the only time in my life that I've actively saved for an Empties video, so there's stuff that I've used and loved and could have talked about in the past, I just haven't. So big fan of this guy. It is the only micellar water that I like, and for sure I use this in a double cleanse. I would not use this by itself, so let's put things we've talked about over there. The next thing that I see in here is these guys, and this is the Kevin Murphy Hydrate Me Wash and Rinse, which is like the Australian way of saying shampoo and conditioner. This is a wonderful brand. I got this from my hairstylist, Michelle. They sell it at the salon that I go to. I haven't been in a while, so I will be picking this up again when I get my next haircut, but for now I have the Pureology, which is conveniently also in a purple bottle, much like this one. It's the hydrating line, so I'll use that one and then use this again afterward because it's definitely something I would want to repurchase. I love this set. It's really, really good. I think I have like 1 use left, so I'll put that back in my shower, but I did really want to make sure that I touched on it. Another shower product that I have is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate, and this is the Intensive Exfoliating Treatment, 60 milliliters, which is 2 ounces, and this guy is $85. It is the most whack priced thing I own, but it's worth it. There is really nothing like this. I haven't found another chemical exfoliator that does what this does, so that is why I continue to repurchase it. This is probably my 2nd tube. I do have a backup that I'm about to open. I'll use this maybe like once a week, once every week and a half, just to kind of like completely resurface my skin. It just does wonders and I love it. So I remember asking for this for Christmas. My mom was like, seriously, that's what you want? And I'm like, yeah, it's $85. Yes, please. So yeah, it's very, very sad when I go through one of those because it is so expensive, but worth it. Another couple of shower products in here I have. First of all, the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I used this up a little while ago. It's just been hanging out in this bag. This is a pretty good deep conditioner, but I've actually moved on to one from Kerastase that I think I like better. I don't have a problem with this guy. I just find that like now that I'm wearing my hair curly, the Kerastase one does a little bit more for like curl formation. It is meant for curly hair. I do love this though. Like I have a couple of minis that I will take probably traveling with me or when I go home for vacations. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great. I love that it's free of a lot of the nasty ingredients that a lot of other brands use, but I just don't need to repurchase it right now. And I also have the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub in the coconut lime scent. This smells so delicious. I do have a backup, but it is a different scent, and I'm going to be opening it up pretty soon when I finish the First Aid Beauty AHA that I have in there. It's a pretty good sugar scrub. I really do like it. It's very affordable, like $7.99 at Ulta for this giant 18-ounce tub. I've been using this for a really long time, so big fan. Alright, now we're on to like makeup and skincare pretty much. So let's talk about all the several moisturizers that I have in this pile. First of all, the Cicapair from Dr. Jart. This is the Tiger Grass cream. I know there's a couple of different Tiger Grass formulations in the Dr. Jart line, but this is just the regular Tiger Grass cream that comes in this tube packaging. I know that the color correcting one comes in a little pot. I have a mini of that. I like it. It's okay, but I don't love the SPF in it. I am pretty religiously a user of the SPF I'm going to be talking about in a second, but for now, I don't think I'm going to repurchase this. I have other moisturizers, but it was very good. I did find it super moisturizing and thick for evening time, so I did like it, but you know, I like to finish what I have. Next we have the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. This guy is obviously a winner. I have gone through multiple of these tiny little tubs, tubs, pots, travel sizes, but this is just the one I happened to save so that I could talk about it. I do really like it. But again, I have a lot of moisturizer, so I do not feel the need to repurchase right now. And lastly, moisturizer-wise, we have the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. This is the water gel formulation, not the other one. It's more of like a gel cream, which I don't like. This one is really, really good. I did actually purchase a backup of this, but then it stopped working for my skin once it got drier outside, so I actually gave it to Matt, and for him, it's perfect. So we do still have this in our house. I love it. It's something I would recommend to people with kind of maybe more oily skin, but the drier your skin, the less a water gel formulation will work for you. So give it to your boyfriends, ladies, or your girlfriends with oilier skin. All right, what's next in here? All right, let's talk about that SPF that I was mentioning. This is the Elta MD Broad Spectrum SPF 40. It is a moisturizing facial sunscreen. This is a holy grail for me. I will probably never stop using this because SPF breaks me out so badly, like every other SPF I've tried, and then I found this and it was like, oh, like a godsend, and that godsend's name was Drew Barrymore because she talked about this sunscreen when she was on Tati's channel a couple years ago. So I've been using this ever since. This is probably my third or fourth, and I have another one open already because obviously we use SPF every day in this household. It's just really good. It's moisturizing. It's fantastic. I recommend this to everybody. It's a dermatologist brand, so yes, big yes. Now on the other end, we have a kind of a new product to me. This is the Inkey List Hyaluronic Acid. I don't really know what my thoughts are on this. I did finish this. I do actually have a backup. The backup is only $7.99, right? This brand is very affordable, kind of new to Sephora. It's just a plain old hyaluronic acid. I had no problems with it. It didn't break me out. It worked well underneath my moisturizer. But I was reading a bunch of articles that said that you should not use hyaluronic acid in the wintertime, in the drier months. And I do live in California, so it is not really humid out here. And at the moment, I felt like it was doing a little bit more harm than good in the way of like sucking moisture out of my face, which is what hyaluronic acid can do if there's not enough moisture in the air, if you did not know that. So since I do have a backup in my collection, I will probably use it again in the summertime, but for now, it's not part of my daily routine. I do like it though. It's very good, very simple, very affordable. There's nothing wrong with getting an affordable hyaluronic acid, right? It's a hyaluronic acid. There shouldn't be any trouble with making it affordable. So I appreciated the Inkey List coming out with one. And now we are on to makeup. There's not too much to talk about. It's mostly eye related, but first I'll mention the MAC Fix Plus. This is like my 8th or 9th bottle of this stuff. This is definitely holy grail status for me. It is the only face spray that I use. I mean, I have the Stone Crop Hydrating Mist from Eminence, which is part of my skincare, but in terms of makeup, I use nothing else. I do own the All Nighter setting spray, but I don't really use it because I never find that I wear my makeup for all that many hours at a time. And this is just so good. It's just such a thing you need to have in your collection if you do your makeup. I also really like it for eyeshadows. I really like it for, it's very multi-purpose, right? But for me, whenever I do my makeup, if I use powder, especially, I will spray this all over my face at the end of my makeup application, you know, dry myself off with a fan, and it just melts everything in. So nothing is like it. It's kind of how I feel about it. It is the Fix A+. That's a terrible dad joke, but I am who I am. Now everything else in here is tubes. So first I'll talk about the two eyebrow pencils that I have in here. These are two eyebrow pencils that I really, really love. So the first one is from Kat Von D, and this is the Signature Brow in the shade Taupe. Kat Von D is now KVD Vegan Beauty. Kat Von D herself is no longer affiliated with the brand, and so I will repurchase this product. I just really, really love the shape of the pencil. I love how it makes my brows look. Nichols, hello, thank you for joining us. I love how it makes my brows look. It's just very nice and feathery, very long wearing. I do enjoy it. And the color works for me even when I have red hair, so big fan. The one that I'm using right now and the one that I actually have just reopened is from Hourglass, and it is the Arch Micro Brow Sculpting Pencil in the shade Blonde. So obviously I'm not blonde, but I find that like auburn and like warm brown stuff doesn't really work super well for me. It just makes my brows look too intense. I'm wearing it in my eyebrows right now with a little bit of brow gel, which I will actually talk about in a second. And I feel like this is just the perfect kind of color for my hair. It just works with my skin tone, so I really like it. They had a thicker pencil, more like the Anastasia not Brow Wiz, what's the other one? Brow Definer, kind of more that shape, that came out first, and I did not like it, and then they came out with the micro brow, and I do like it, so that's a good one. I have a few mascaras to mention. One of them is not empty, but I just hate it, so I guess I'll just talk about that one first. This is the Kush mascara from Milk. This is actually relatively full, but I just really don't like this mascara. So funny. I really did like it. The mini size that I had first, I remember going through super quickly and being like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever used. So I got the full size, finished up some mascaras I was using, and then when I opened it, put it on, I was like, ooh, I hate this. Why did I want this? I love the packaging. It's beautiful. It feels heavy. Ooh, hit myself in the face with it. It is very luxe, but it's just not worth it for the product inside. I find that it flakes on me, doesn't separate my lashes enough, and I don't like it. So unfortunately, being that it is mascara, I cannot pass it along to a friend, so it will be going in the bin. But I learned my lesson. Sometimes mini sizes can trick your brain, I guess. The other two mascaras are definitely like my top two mascaras in the world. I would say both of them are Holy Grail at this point. One of them has been Holy Grail for a lot longer, and that is the Dior Show. This has been a favorite of mine for probably like 4 years now. I remember loving it in the beginning of college, and I still love it today. I have another one cranking in my vanity right now. It's just so beautiful. I'm wearing it today. Separates your lashes, darkens your lashes, curls your lashes, but doesn't look overdone, clumpy, anything like that. And it does not smudge. I don't see it underneath my eyes if I wear it on my lower lash line. It's not even waterproof, so I love it. It's just a great mascara. And then also we have the Glossier Lash Slick, which I know is a very polarizing mascara, much like the Kush, but I love it. There are some days when I want like an even less than their makeup look. I do like very glossy cheeks, barely their coverage, and you know, I do want mascara, but I don't want like mascara, right? And even though the Dior Show is not like over the top, it still looks more like mascara. This just looks like, you know, we say your lips but better, this is like your lashes but better. Curls them up enough, darkens them just a little bit, but they still retain their shape, and I love it. So this is a huge win for me. I will be repurchasing it soon, but I do have a backup. And then I have two concealers I want to talk about, which are probably two of my favorite concealers in the world. The first one is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, the Maracuja, whatever, in the shade 20N. Neither of these necessarily look like they're empty, but I promise I cannot get anything to come out. This particular mascara is very thick and waxy, so it's even harder to get out when you're trying to get to the end of it. I love this concealer. This is not loved by many. I do not know a lot of people who enjoy this formula, but for me it works super well because I don't really like powder. I think if you're a powder person, this concealer might be a mortal enemy. But for me, you know, I'll barely set it, like barely. I'm talking like an eyeshadow brush with a little bit of loose powder, and I'll just pop. But it looks beautiful on me. It's got a dew to it. I just love it. And it's the exact color of my skin, which is fantastic. So I can use this for spot concealing on my face without adding flaky dryness to the spots that I'm trying to cover. So I love this. The other concealer, which is probably my favorite concealer of all time, I've been using this for so many years. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer, which on March 30th is going on sale at Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. So if you want to try it, you can try it for $12. A little plug, I would highly recommend. I have the shade Fair. I have been using this since high school. I remember like distinctly the time that I went to Ulta first with my friend Eliza, and she was like, you have to try this concealer. So thank you very much, Eliza. This has been a favorite for so long. Just nothing looks this good. Like no concealer looks this good. I put it a little bit under my eyes, down the sides of my nose, spot conceal where I need to, and it just looks flawless all day, looks so natural. Doesn't look like I'm wearing concealer at all. And it's funny because it is definitely fair. Like compared to this, I don't know if you guys can see the color difference. Like there is definitely a color difference. This one is a little darker and this one is a little lighter, but for some reason they both work really well, and I love them both. And the last product in my empties is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is the brow gel that I just mentioned a second ago. There's nothing like this, I swear. I've used almost every brow gel I could get my hands on because I have curly brows, much like my hair. This is the only brow gel that actually tames them. So I've been using pretty much only this for a long time, and it's just at that point where it's like crusted shut, and opening it has been really, really hard, you guys can see. So I decided it was time to check it, open a new one this morning. So it is the newest addition to my empties pile. So that is the end of this video. Thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully I'll have some more empties soon that I can talk about, because I always love watching these videos, so I figured it'd be fun to film one. They're actually like some of my favorite videos to see what people actually really finish, really use, really love. Oh, that reminds me, I totally forgot. I don't have it with me, but the Ren Ready Steady Glow toner I did finish, but I had like a refill bottle, like a big one, so I poured it back into the container. So obviously it doesn't appear empty, so I figured it was kind of pointless to bring it into the video, but I did finish it. I do love it. Obviously I refilled it, so I am still using it. That's the end. I will see you guys in my next video. Maybe Nichols will be with us, who knows. Hopefully I'm gonna get this video up soon. Matt pledged to help me edit. So we'll see about that. We are on break, pandemic break, for the next 3 weeks, so I will be filming more. I guess that's the silver lining. Yeah, okay, have a great rest of your day. Bye guys.